Is it important to have a type?
I think everyone has preferences. I think let me say that. Everyone has preferences and things that they like, things that they are attracted to. But in the long term, when looking for a lifelong partner, it can be a hindrance in finding true love because God won't always bless you in the packaging that you want it to be wrapped in.
I want to be able to choose what I like, how I like it, you know. Hello there, family, and welcome to episode number 3 of It Takes Growth, a show by us for you where we are navigating the 20s. And today we are having a very interesting conversation. My name is Lirato Mabilisa, and of course, I am with the beautiful and the talented.
Tenele Dlamini, but people call me T.
Yes, ma'am. What are we talking about today? I want the viewers to hear it from the horse's mouth. What are we talking about today?
Today we are talking about growth in relationships and managing your expectations of love and standards.
Clacking my baby. Now, the first question, we're just going to dive straight into it, right? The first question is it important to have a type? Or rather, like when people say they have a type, what do they mean? And is it healthy to even have one?
Yeah, girl. But before we get there, this beautiful episode is sponsored by Mountaintop Luxury Villa. Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and turn on your post notification button so you know when we are releasing an episode, and be part of our social media gang on It Takes Growth podcast.
Yes, ma'am.
It's an exciting episode, but we need to do admin. So, to answer your question, I think everyone has preferences. I think let me say that. Everyone has preferences and things that they like, things that they are attracted to. But in the long term, when looking for a lifelong partner, it can be a hindrance in finding true love because God won't always bless you in the packaging that you want it to be wrapped in. That's the truth. And you need to be able to see a blessing even when it doesn't come in the way that you wanted it to come. You know, God be doing drizzle,
He be spicing things
sizzle,
up.
sizzle, and spicing things up. So
Yes.
you have to be mature enough to know that as much as you have preferences and a type and a checklist of he should be this, he should be that, he should be that, be willing to explore outside of your comfort zone, especially if it's going to be better than what you expected. I'm there in my life where I'm like, you know, I'm willing. It's taking time, but I'm willing to see what the young African men out there have to offer. Yes. As long as it's not toxic, of course.
I think for me, right, I feel like, I don't know, I still haven't accepted that I might not get my type, right?
Yeah.
But probably as I continue to grow, I'll understand that, you know.
Yeah.
But I still, especially where character is concerned,
Yeah.
I really, where character is concerned, you have to take the bucket list. Like, you have to, you know. Maybe with the looks we can compromise, you know. But where character is concerned, no, man. Like, yeah.
So, out of curiosity, the viewers at home, I'm sure they are very curious. The eligible bachelors are very curious. What is on Lerato's list? What must he take?
That's weird. Anyways, character-wise, right? Because I'm very goofy and weird and, you know, I want someone very calm. Like the calm to my goofiness. right? I want someone who's very spiritually inclined, someone who has a relationship with God, someone who is a gentleman by nature, you know. Like, I shouldn't teach you, Hori, please open the door. No. And I feel like those things automatically come when someone loves you,
That is very
you know. So, also someone who's very loving and someone who's got the character of Christ in them, you know, because the word of God says, love your wives as Christ loved the church. So, if he has the character of Christ and, you know, he has a relationship with Christ, it's easy for him to treat me well. You know what I mean? And in terms of looks, hey Bandla, you'll just see when my husband comes on the screen on season 5 or something.
So, are you mature enough to look past the good guy that's like, yo, like he wears orange skinny jeans with a green top? Are you mature enough to look past that?
No. I'm so sorry. I can't. Maybe, as I said, as I grow, I'll probably have maybe a more lenient approach towards it. But as it stands, I want what I want, how I want it. Because I believe somewhere out there, I'm probably someone's type, right? And for some people, they're like, I wouldn't be with Lirato, right?
True.
So I also want that grace, Matong, Huri. Yeah, maybe not you, you know? So yeah, the bucket list goes on, but those are the important things. for
You
now.
want the power to choose.
I
what
want to
you
be able
like.
to choose what I like, how I like it, you know, and the packaging as well. The orange pants and everything.
It's fascinating.
They're not gonna work.
No one wants the man wearing yellow skinny jeans
As
at
my
church.
And you? What's your type?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in love. I want a lover boy. And I don't like relationships that are nonchalant.
Yo, tell me about it.
I want us to chalant. You chalant,
I
chalant.
chalant.
We all chalant.
True.
Like, the idea of being loved and getting to love, yeah, it's such a beautiful concept. God was in his bag when he created love and romance. And I think he had us in mind because he knew that love is so beautiful. He himself is love. God is love. And in my relationship with God, I'm like, hypo. This thing, imnandi, man. To be loved by someone is so nice. So I want a man who's considerate, someone who's smart. You know, I'm very intellectual and I love reading books. But there's just something that's so attractive about being able to learn from your man. When he says no, love is actually like this. And you're like, yeah.
Also,
Yes,
a
yes.
gentleman?
Yes, and he teaches you things, he teaches you life, and you also have confidence that even if things could go so south, I have the type of man who comes with solutions, who can bring me back to alignment. That too, because you know, in the Christian context, men are the spiritual head of the home and they should provide leadership, protection, and safety. And in their provision, it's not only financial. I think life and society has made provision very one sided. He must also be able to provide insight into situations and challenges.
True.
He should provide wisdom, strength, encouragement. You know, having a man that cheers you on to say, the mountain that you want to climb seems big now, but here is how we can break it up into small sections so you get on the other side. And I'm such a softie.
Oh.
Inside, I'm such a softie, but because of life and the trajectory of my life, I had to
Toughen up.
toughen up and operate in the masculine. I want a man that will make me be feminine and just be like, no, guys, my man is on top of it. I'm okay. You know, that type of a man, a responsible man. Because I'm not just choosing a partner for myself, I'm choosing a partner for my children as well. I want to have kids who say their dad is their biggest hero.
Same. I also want my kids to experience a very healthy relationship. So, which
Yes.
is why I said I want someone who's very gentle with me. Hey,
Yes.
I can't call you my husband but not feel safe in your arms, you know.
Yes.
I want you to be that one person I look forward to seeing, that one person I enjoy having conversations with. You just need to be my best friend.
Yes, that's definitely where my mind is at, especially because your children's first reference of love
It's
is
from,
what they learn at home,
yes, yes.
not anywhere else. And I don't want to be a part of teaching my kids the wrong thing and then they go out and do the wrong thing. So I would love to be able to facilitate for that, to mirror God's love in our home and just, respect and love my husband as he should be.
Oh, I love where this conversation's going. How do you then know, or rather, how can you tell the difference if your standards are a mirror of the values that you've been taught, or they are a limitation to your growth?
That is such a good question. And it's something that I've been unpacking personally in my life because for the longest time, I was going out in the world trying to love in the way that I think love is. And I didn't realize that I'm projecting and I'm putting on a lot of weight on the male counterpart, a weight that he shouldn't even have to carry because of my false narrative of love. So, right now, I'm in a place where I've taken some time to reflect on my life, my upbringing, my personal experiences, and I've come to realize that there are some certain habits I need to unlearn in order to make space for healthy love. And there are certain mindsets and notions that I've held on to that won't be a conducive environment for my men to love me. So it's letting go of all of that and just being open to the idea of actually learning correctly what is love and also learning it against the word of God, because the word of God says love is kind, love is gentle, love is not envious, it's slow to anger. So having all those factors being woven into my thought process and pattern, so that when the right man does come, he finds me ready to receive and also ready to give, because men do need love. I think we live in a society that's very toxic towards men,
It's
to
very
their
hard in
emotions,
them.
to their feelings, to their mental health, to their ability to voice themselves as men. And I think as women, we do need to facilitate platforms and
Comfortability.
spaces where a man can truly be himself. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with a man expressing his vulnerabilities with you as his partner. And it shouldn't pop up into arguments. I think that's something that we women do a lot. We weaponize the men's vulnerabilities in disagreements and in his weak points. And at that time, he was sharing it with you because he trusted you. And never in a million years did he think that you'd use it against him in that way. And I feel like that's why sometimes men act out and are so horrible towards us. It's because they have so many bad experiences of women. And when God created a woman, he created us to be helpers.
To be respectful, to be submissive, to be the comfort, because he's also going through so much in the world. He should come back to his place of comfort and solace and, serenity. He should be able to leave it at the door and say, oh my gosh, I'm with my wife right now and I'm enjoying every bit of it.
Yeah, and he should be able to be honest with you and be weak in your presence and it not changing how you view him as a man, and he still gets the respect that he deserves. Because I'm sure there are moments where he is strong for the both of you. So one weak moment shouldn't discredit all the other good times and all the other times he showed up well. I think as women, we do then discredit everything else about men and focus on the negativity.
True.
And it doesn't contribute to the bigger picture,
which is the growth.
Yes. So also allowing your man to grow, to say, babe, you are wrong here. But here you did well and I'm proud of you. Please keep that up. Please learn to let go of that. Yeah.
And for me, that looks like a healthy relationship. To me, that speaks, comfortability. It speaks friendship. It speaks one accord. It speaks we are one. When you are hurt, I am hurt. When you're experiencing something, I'm experiencing it. If you're having a bad day, I'm having a bad day. And it's all because you've allowed yourself to experience a healthy relationship. Because I think we often thought that masculinity equated to a man showing his masculinity and not being complacent in it. So if he shouts, he's man enough. But if he's gentle with it, it's like, soft lo, And masculinity is not always equated maybe to the rough side of things. Sometimes they too need to be gentle with us in relationships, allow us to, because also if you're soft with me, you're allowing me to bring out the feminine side of me. You're allowing me to be comfortable with you and you're up for a healthy relationship. Now, in the, spirit of all things healthy relationships, how then are you able to tell if you're in a healthy relationship? Or what does a healthy relationship look like?
I think the only way to answer your question is just taking it back to the word of God. The word says, you'll know them by their fruits. Even the relationship, you'll know it by the fruit it produces. Like if it's toxic, if it's manipulative, or if it's a safe space for you to express yourself. Even if you are expressing negativity, how that person receives your negativity says a lot about them, and it also says a lot about you.
How also you're telling the next person about that negative, like the constructive criticism.
Yeah, and your ability to respond and give in a positive manner while maintaining respect for the other person. For example, if MK and I are dating, guys, for those who are confused, MK is production team. So let's say MK and I are dating and I don't like something that he does. I don't think it's healthy for him to always hear a relationship that's like, yeah, you're so dumb. I can't believe you did this.
Yeah,
and him being compared to other males, Because I know just Pusisa wouldn't do this to me. And I was like, man.
Cringe.
Because there's some women who do that. I should be able to just tell MK like, oh, listen, this happened on Tuesday and I didn't like it for these and these reasons. How do you feel? What do you think? And he just gives insight and he'll be like, oh, I didn't know that made you feel that way. I'm sorry. I'll do better. And we continue. And he gets to take something from that experience and I also get to take something from that experience. So facilitating a healthy environment, not just for myself, but for my partner, because love is generous. It's very selfish to want something healthy, but not being able to give something healthy to the next person. Yeah.
Wow.
And God doesn't love like that.
True. His love is very gentle. His love is very comfortable. Yeah. I think I've been using that word a lot. Lord help me. Now let's move into growing, but also maintaining a healthy relationship. How do you grow in a relationship without losing yourself and losing your values and your standards?
It's very healthy to still have a relationship with yourself, even though you're in a relationship. So most times as women, we do it a lot. When you get in love, hey, it's like the brain moves front to the back. You put yourself last. The hill that you'll die on. Wait, ma'am. Like
Don't diet.
Yeah, don't diet. Like Jesus already died on the cross, so you don't have to. And maintain that. So still maintaining your relationship with God, first and foremost, your relationship with yourself, and having a healthy relationship with yourself. It's not Christ-like to love someone else more than you love yourself, because the word of God says love your neighbor as you love yourself. So maintaining that I love myself and therefore I love you. So being sure that you make time for yourself, you still do things that are just exclusively for you, that take care of you, and pouring out into the next person, and then being willing to adapt, not change, but adapt
Yes.
and accommodate the relationship. Because when you are in a relationship, it's two different people coming together as one. So there's a lot of growing, adapting that needs to take place so that you guys can become one and it's harmonious and it makes sense. So the adaptation is creating a platform to adjust in order for him to be welcomed into your life. Also him creating a platform for him to adjust for you to be welcomed into his life. I really don't understand people want to be in a relationship but say the term, I'm just like this, I've always been this way.
I can't change who I am for a
Yeah,
man.
Mama
bo.
like at some point you need to get with the program and grow.
True. And I think a pivotal thing that you said in today's conversation was that you need to love yourself. The Word of God urges us to love our neighbor as ourselves. So if you do not love yourself, you're loving the next person with a reflection of what you think love is, but not because you understand yourself or because you've received love yourself and you're pouring out what is in you, but you're pouring out the worst parts of yourself because you don't love yourself, right? So the next person then receives, the lesser parts of you, and they can't experience you in your entirety because, hey, you're going through a lot. And now we must all go through a lot. So it's very important to love ourselves. It's very important to extend and receive that love. Today's episode was quite eye-opening. It was quite amazing. Any last question, last words?
I think, not to spoil the episode, but I think it's so important to have a love me routine. The things that you do to show your inner child that you still love yourself. And I think that's a take home for everyone, that have a love me routine, whether it's words of affirmation, taking yourself out on a date, whether it's an ice cream date or not. Just take care of yourself, because you can't pour out what you don't have. So for this episode, I'd like all the viewers at home to have something that they do for themselves. Yeah.
Spend time with yourself, give love, receive love, work on yourself, because oftentimes we want to give people what we don't have, or we expect from people that which we ourselves don't have. So let's work on ourselves so that we're able to receive love. It's a beautiful thing, which is why, for me, the queen of love, I urge you guys to love one another. And whilst you're at it, in the spirit of all things love, please don't forget to like, to comment, to share. Let your grandmother, your grandpa, your uncle, your auntie, man, let it know that this was the episode, and let it know that we are here. We love you guys so very much, and we do hope to see you on the next episode. Until then, consider yourself blessed and sweet.